All right, and I hope everyone is ready. Welcome to our Fall 2022 CSA X TASA League of Legends tournament. I am one of your casters, Forrest, and I am joined by Josh.
Hello, I am Josh.
Hope everyone's doing well on this nice Austin night. Pretty cold outside with the cold front coming in, and it is getting very, very dark as well. Today, we have our first game of our tournament. On the blue side, it's going to be Victor Live Fangirls, and on the red side, it is the Firethorn Fangirls. Both teams of Fangirls joining up and taking to the Rift. As we see our first ban already from Victor Live Fangirls, banning out the Tom Kench. Pretty exciting so far to see where this is going to go, as we haven't had a League of Legends tournament thus far for CSA or CSA, and this is going to be our first tournament of the year, so very, very exciting in that match, with a ton of new changes since the last tournament go around, with the Worlds 2022 for League of Legends also passing by. There has been so many new patches and so many new introductions of champions as well. Samira banned, as well as Kindred and Caitlyn so far.
Yeah, two ADCs banned right off the bat. Samira, that's a pretty wacky ban, ask me. I haven't seen that champion in a very long time.
Exactly. Hasn't been posted on the Rift for a while. Might just be a target ban, as well as Tom Kench and a Malphite banned out from the top lane. So we continue on in Champ Select. Everyone is pretty hyped up for our first match of the tournament. There's going to be many, many more matches throughout, so stay tuned as we have the final ban come out from the red side, coming out from Firethorn Fangirls, Aatrox band. We'll see what the first priority pick is out from Victor Live Fangirls, with a no being the first one up on the board. Seeing if there's any priority picks coming out, with Graves being hovered and locked in.
Graves. Looks like they're starting off with a jungle pick.
Graves pretty strong in the jungle with a nice and quick clear time. But there are counters to be brung out. So we'll see if there's anything that can be brought out from the side of Firethorn Fangirls. As we continue out throughout Champ Select, with Sets being the first pick out on the side of Firethorn Fangirls. Of course, a nice flex pick could be played in multiple lanes. Of course, earlier this year, Set was a menace in that regard, with Set being played in the top, mid, or support role. We'll see if that's going to come into fruition this first game, as we do have Anivia being hovered right now for the mid lane. It's going to be picked.
There's gonna be a lot of pressure on these pushes on red side here. Anivia has a lot of wave clearance. Set has a lot of solo lane potential, so maybe looking for some kind of split push kind of deal this game.
That's right. As we see a couple more picks coming out on the side of Victor Live Fangirls, Urgot's being placed out up in the top lane. Haven't seen one of those in a very, very long time, but it can be a good pick against champs like Set. Victor matching the mage in the mid lane. Both mid laners having lots of wave clear. Might be a very long game as a result, to continue to push through.
Yeah, looks like it is going to be a very lively top lane. Set versus Urgot's going to be a lot of scraps. I think Urgot, his E dash will be able to. I don't think it gets canceled by Set's pull, so maybe he can look for some kind of outplays there in 1v1s.
Master Yi being the last pick of the first phase, brung out from Firethorn Fangirls. One of the jungler, I believe, for Firethorn Fangirls is a Yi one trick, so that's pretty surprising that Victor Lai did not end up banning that out, but perhaps they have something in store for them in the perhaps support or ADC role, although that might be unlikely. Misfortune banned out from the side of Firethorn Fangirls. Another ADC pick, another ADC ban, as Xerath banned out. maybe,
I guess they're fearing the Xerath support.
yeah, that seems like something that would be set in stone here, as we do have Anivia picked out, which of course could also be a support, but much less effective in so. As a very, very immobile support can be very difficult. And Yuumi being the second ban in the second phase for Firethorn Fangirls, banning out the support pick on the side. As we see the final ban come through on the side of Victor Life Fangirls, Darius in the top lane being banned out. Although seeing Set there, perhaps they're just banning out a couple of
All right.
interesting
Actually,
picks.
we didn't mention it, but it could actually be set support. That is a possibility. So maybe they were expecting set support Darius top.
That's true. That could be a thing to happen, but it would still be pretty odd for them to ban the Xerath. As it's close to be seeing out the new Udyr, but it looks like Kai'Sa's gonna be the pick.
Yeah.
The ADC role. But there are a notable amount of supports that can be picked out to make Kai'Sa's life a little more difficult in the bot lane. See if they bring out any of those. Considerably a lot of hook champions, but they might bring out the nasty duo that have been tearing up solo queue and pro play so far this year.
True. If this Nami gets locked, that's gonna be 5 range champions on Victor Fangirls, and it gets locked.
Gets locked indeed.
Although to be fair, when Graves gets that Gore Drinker, and with Urgot being as tanky as he is, they're basically melee. So they will be able to provide frontline for the team. But it does look like the red side does have much more traditional frontline with the Set and the Nautilus if he does get locked.
That would be a very good pick to round out the comp. As you do see the Lucian Nami picked out against the Kai'Sa Nautilus of the bot lane for both sides. Pretty exciting team counts that we have on our hands so far. Everything going relatively to plan, relatively to scrap, as we do end up seeing the sets up in the top lane with the Mastery Jungle, Anivia mid, and the Kai'Sa and Nautilus to round it out on the side of Firethorn Fangirls. And on the blue side, seems like the Urgot is top with the Graves Jungle, Victor, Lucian, and Nami rounding out the bot side. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how this rounds out, as both teams have very, very scrappy compositions, looking to fight, looking to brawl. So we'll see who comes out on top as the better brawlers.
Yeah, I think for right now, I'm liking red sides a little bit better. They have a lot of CC in the Nautilus and the Anivia, and that's gonna give Kai'Sa a lot of options to use that killer instinct and get a lot of good ults off onto priority targets.
And if you don't know already, League of Legends does have a spectator delay to maintain the integrity of the game, a 3-minute spectator delay. And of course, the stream as well has a 3-minute delay. So we'll be jumping into game soon enough, but stay tuned. And we are back in for our loading screen with Victor Live Fangirls versus Firethorn Fangirls, our first match of the tournament. Super exciting to see how this will turn out, as both teams have been gearing up for our first League of Legends tournament this semester, as we finally hop on to the Rift with everyone in store. Hope everyone is just excited as I am for the game to start. So we do have everyone moving out of base and into the jungle. See if there's anything interesting here, as we do see Victor Live Fangirls in the classic pineapple formation with everyone guarding an entrance, and Firethorn Fangirls using their sweeper, moving forward.
Right, they do have the Nautilus hook, the Dredge line, and the potential stun follow-up from that Nivea, so they are looking for a 5-man invade. If they catch someone, it's almost guaranteed for them to get a kill.
As we do see Set walking up, but there are people hidden inside that bush, and they're going to be jumping on already. Set being taken down very, very low. Does only has the W available, but he's going to be taken down quickly for first blood. Nice moves coming out from Victor Live Fangirls, both top and jungle, staying in the bush and getting that first kill.
That's something that you really don't want to see on Set. Normally, he does like to take that E first, the Face Breaker, I believe it's called, so he can have a lot of trading power in lane, but looks like it's going to be a little bit harder level 1 to be able to do anything against this ranged Urgot, especially with that little bit of XP from the kill.
Very difficult indeed, but if there's anything to come out of it, Firethorn Fangirls is able to grab that red on the bottom side and the invade, but they do know that's happening. The ward being placed, but the Nautilus hook still available. They're going to move forward and hit that hook onto Nautical Dust. Going to be taken down a little bit low, but Firethorn going to be taken down as well. A lot more damage on the side. Victor Live Fangirls going to be pretty happy about that one, but they did get that red on the outside. But Yimo goes to go forward, flash for flash. Firethorn tries to go for the flash, and Yimo going to take down very, very low, but the ADC's flash is down as well. Nautical Dusk going to be vulnerable for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to have to be really safe here. No kills going down from the Master Yi gank, but it does give D.Va and Firethorn the priority to get level 2 first and flex their muscles on this bot lane.
That'll be very interesting as well. But it looks like No on the side of Victor Live Fangirls is able to get that red back for himself, as Yimo did have to lose a lot of tempo going for that gank, not getting much except for a flash for flash in return. But of course, the ADC flash, a lot more important than the Nautilus flash, as Firethorn does have a Hex flash to use. So he'll be feeling fine about that one. As the game slows down a little bit, everyone being a little more relaxed, scoping out the area. As nothing else is happening in the mid lane. Seems like Ethan is having a long struggle, down 12 CS in the mid lane. Victor, Obsidian Serpent, taking the better of him so far.
Right, Victor with the Corrupting Potion and the much more versatile spells means that he's going to be able to throw down a lot of poke, force Anivia off the wave. Anivia also already out of potions, going to probably pop that TP soon, or else that passive's going to get popped.
Pretty good, difficult thus far, with Victor Live Fangirls doing a great job pushing in through all the lanes. All the lanes are getting that CS lead available. But Master Yi, not sure if he was seen. Doesn't look like there were any warriors around, so Yimo might have the chance to get a gank off, but he's taking some time and might have lost the opportunity. Walking up now, Nautical Dust does not have a flash available. Yimo taking a lot of damage. The bubble comes out, but it's gonna miss, and Yimo's gonna take a little bit of damage, and Alpha strike out. We'll see if there's anything to be made of it, as Yimo with another difficult gank executed in the bot lane, unable to get much out of it. As you see Obsidian Serpent continuing to bully Ethan, brought down to 1 HP.
Yeah, and with that huge wave, it means that he's going to be able to freeze it right in front of his tower. Already with that 8 CS lead, it's going to be growing. Forcing a boots and tier purchase out of Ethan, not something you want to see if you're going to try to trade. So it looks like Victor will be able to just scale for free in this lane without any worry about losing any fights.
Very difficult indeed. Not much more to happen though, but even with just 1 kill, Victor Live Fangirls already up 1.4 thousand gold, which is an incredible amount so early in the game. Just brought off of CS leads and 2 first strike users, getting that little bit of money available. And Catchy Tails, they're on top lane, able to get, starting with a greedy Cole buy against Set, thinking that he wouldn't be bullied as much as we see a gank in the mid lane. No, Flash dashing in, but Ethan using that flash, able to get himself out. But Flash blown.
Oh, and this is just disastrous for Ethan. No flash, no health, no potions. Luckily, he will be able to catch this wave to get a little bit of XP, but he needs to hit 6 to be able to keep these minions from hitting this tower.
Firethorn roamed up mid, sort of a couple of wards. We're not looking to get any ganks out. Firethorn did end up spotting the Nami, Chovy's Anchovy. As he goes for a gank in the mid lane. Doesn't have anything. Obsidian Serpent with the flash, able to get himself out. Drops down the gravity well. And is gonna take him very, very low. Firethorn being taken down to around 200 HP, but is able to survive. No problem at all. And Ethan the Bob, lots of damage with that Scorch. And looks like he's able to survive.
Oh yeah, the corrupting potion. Oh, not enough.
Emo getting that first kill onto Chovy's Anchovy. First one on the board for Firethorn's Fangirls, with getting a nice catch on Chovy's Anchovy. Lazily walking through his own jungle and taking down in return. Very
Looks
nice.
like he's going to look for the gank onto Nautical Dust, but without Ignite, doesn't look like he has a lot of kill pressure. Just giving a little bit of gold over from the first strike.
Yep.
Looks like about 10 gold goes over to Lucian, and it looks like he might even get a kill, but Firethorn is there to dissuade that.
Looks like Nautical Dust's flash being blown didn't amount to much this game. Emo unable to get much out of it. Trying to gank Nautical Dust once again, but there's not much to come of it, as I said. As we do see Set taking down. Nice brawl in the top lane. Both bruisers trying their best to whittle at each other. Not much to come of it as well, though. As Firethorn Fangirls bot lane end up recalling to base, resetting the game, and looking to make more plays around the map as Emo goes for the dragon.
Yeah, I was very lucky that Nami fell into Emo's sights there, because if we look at his summoner spells, he does not have flash, he has the Ignite, which means that he has to apply a lot of pressure early and get those kills before that flash becomes more important late game.
He definitely needs that kill under his belt, as Emo and Firethorn able to get this dragon down very, very early on. 8 minutes in, very nice on the side of Firethorn Fangirls, is able to use that as Firethorn waits in the brush. See if there's any fish that will fall into their arms as Firethorn looks to go for a gank, but does see no on the side and decides against going for it.
It looks like Emo is slightly paying the price for this, his more offensively oriented jungler, as he was 2 levels down, not only 1 level, but Graves is definitely farming up a storm against him.
Absolutely, and not only Graves, both the Urgot, Victor, and Lucian all have heavy CS leads as they grow the gold lead up to 1.5k, 1.6k as they move forward, try to get some more damage on, get some more gold in their pocket before getting onto those bigger team fights. As we do see the ult come out from Victor, trying to get Ethan down low, but he should be fast enough to exit. No flash on the side of Obsidian Serpent means a safe passage for Ethan's escape.
He does still have that egg, but it's nice to have that safety net there, just in case No wants to come in. He does have that collateral damage available, not really having any opportunities to use it yet, but.
And that is quite the case.
All right, Jay Shu in chat asks for predictions. You know, I am kind of looking at Victor live fangirls to have a bit of an advantage. That Victor and Anavia are both scaling champions, but Victor's doing a much better job of getting that early XP and gold. So I have high hopes.
Me as well, but if there's anything that Firethorn fangirls can bring out, it's their team fight, as Firethorn's gonna go out, use that nice hook and able to get Chovy and Chovy. Nice easy kill on the side of Firethorn fangirls. Another gank in the bot lane, nets them a second kill of the game.
Right, tidal wave expended there, but there's just too much CC, too much damage, cannot survive.
That is huge on the side of Firethorn fangirls. Able to get another kill, and this time, crucially, on Devo, onto the Kaisa. Their late game insurance. And we'll see if that's going to matter later on. But as I was saying earlier, it's pretty interesting to see Firethorn fangirls pick out such a nice team comp for team fights later on. So we'll see if they play to their strengths and is able to win on those team fights. Since Victor
I want to point out
Live
some important items finished. Wait, first. Oh, and that call has just been finished by Catchy Tails. That's 450 gold in the bank. But yeah, some important items finished on the side of Victor Life fangirls. We have the Titanic Hydra finish on Urgot and the Umbral Glaive finished on Graves. So you come to a little fight here, but it looks like it's just going to be an even trade. Firethorn coming in.
Uses that
the depth charge.
And they move forward, trying to get some more out of it. Catchy Tails uses that suppression and is able to get that kill, and it flees him! He flees him! Catchy Tails with a nice 1v2 comeback, brings it out with that, and it's exactly what they need to move on. Disaster comes out for Firethorn fangirls, and Victor Live fangirls, they're gonna pat themselves on the back for that one.
You just, oh man, it all comes back to that first blood. That extra 400 gold at the beginning of the game gives Urgot the time to be able to bully that set and to be able to finish that item right away.
You see Yimo walking up top lane and getting himself killed as a result. Nautical Dust trying to get a kill as well. The flash used, the heal used for Devo. Nautical Dust is going to be taken down, but the assist goes, the extra assist gold goes to the side of Nautical Dust on the blue side. So it's still a positive trade, and seems like Firethorn fangirls is just falling to pieces.
Yeah, Catchy Tails getting that 1v2 masterpiece fight. And not only that, he's got that tower down to 2 plates. If No wants to, he can drop that Herald, and it looks like he will be dropping it mid lane. Oh, yes. So it looks like Urgot's going to have to finish that tower by himself.
That's right.
Flash is there for set, but not enough damage to finish it off. Does not decide to go for the dive.
Not as much indeed. Catchy Tails starting out 3-0-1 and up 20 CS so far. Huge coming out, Firethorn. Use the hook just to place down a ward and tries to bait him towards Yimo, but Chovy's not going to fall for that twice in a row. I say that, and I might bite my words as Chovy. He's going to be taking down Yimo with a nice Alpha Strike and another kill to save the day so far. He might be getting gapped in CS, but is having impact around the map as he looks to get his second dragon. As up top, uses the Fear Beyond Death, but only gets a flash as a result.
Right, can we move that camera up to top lane? Looks like Urgot might be looking for a dive. But it looks like he just settles for the tower damage. Oh, that set is so low, but no flash, no ultimate means that he's going to probably be able to just recall. Looks like the tower will go down, though. That's going to be about 1,000 gold going over to Victor Life Fangirl. No teleport for set to even think about defending this turret. Luckily for him, though, the tower plates have gone down, so there's going to be, 160 gold less going into Urgot's pocket, but that is a lot of gold. 6,000 separates the gold difference between these two teams.
And that is the case. As I do see more damage coming out from Nautical Dust, trying to push out Devo in lane, but not getting as much from Azul. It's very, very difficult thus far, as both the bot lane and the mid lane for Victor Life Fangirls bullying their opposition. As Ethan the Bob taken down extremely low, but is able to survive with double-digit HP. As you do see the Urgot using his Fear Beyond Death once again, not getting as much in return. As they look to push out more, Ethan grease out with Obsidian Serpent. Has even a flash available. Throws out the laser, but not much from it. And Yimo getting caught out from No with a lot of damage. A lot of damage coming out with the Meditate. Uses the ult as well. Lol China brings him in. Yimo with the nice face breaker is able to get him down. And what a play coming out from the set. Chaos Storm coming out as well, but not getting as much there. And an extra kill coming out on the side of Firethorn Fangirls.
Yeah, Obsidian Serpent missing these kills just by inches. Those skill shots barely missing. And you know that Victor really wants to get these takedowns because it will help him get his upgrades on those abilities. But it looks like he will just have to settle for killing these minions instead. Steadily growing that CS lead.
Firethorn looks to move forward, throws out the hook, gets nothing in return. And the ult as well. Ethan with a nice kill, but Obsidian, or a nice stun. But Obsidian Serpent not able to die because of it. No kill in return. Firethorn uses the depth charge and he flashes forward. Gets right onto Nautical Dust, but can they get the kill? Devo trying to do the damage, and all he gets is one kill so far. Dashes in, is able to take down Nautical Dust, but not before they get one in return. And Yimo running out with the Highlander, tries to go for the dive. Gets that with a nice bubble. Is that going to be enough? It is! And it goes for a 1-versus-1, but
wow.
Devo gets that kill as Catchy Tails roams down mid and gets one for himself as well.
For those of you unaware, Master Yi's Alpha Strike has been changed recently to be able to choose where you land after the Alpha Strike, but it looks like Chovy's anchovy was able to just predict where it's going to come out, throws that bubble down, locks him in the Aqua Prison, and gets the kill on him before dying herself.
What an incredible play coming out, as Chovy's anchovy is able to get a kill in return, but it won't be too impactful. Of course, Firethorn Fangirls going to be pretty happy about that one, with 4 kills going on the side of Devo. UC set trying to contest for the Herald. Who's going to get it? And it looks like Catchy Tails is able to get that Herald, but there's going to be a lot of trouble here. Haybreaker, Face Maker trying to make anything happen with the Fear Beyond Death and the Flash fearing Firethorn. He's going to find himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, but Yimo out here as well, but does not have his ult available, as a full team fight is going to be coming out. Devo is here as well, but can he get much done? Ethan throws out the wall, but look at this. No is here as well. The Graves, the damage coming out. Just going to force Devo to get out and leave. So that's all she wrote there. 4 kills on the side of Victor Life Fangirls. Devo, the only one remaining.
Yeah, Catchy Tail is just unstoppable right now. Way too much health for anybody to take down, even with that Kraken Slayer on the Master Yi. It's all going to come down to Devo in the late game to be able to deal with this Urgot, but for right now, he's steamrolling.
Very, very difficult for Firethorn Fangirls to get anything done in this game. That past fight, the Highlander from Yimo was not available, as he is going to be going here. The Highlander is available now, and Obsidian Serpent throws out the Gravity Well and lets Nautical Dusk finish up the job. Yimo teleporting straight into his death.
Maybe a little bit ambitious with that Alpha Strike, pulling the trigger a little bit too fast. Not able to use it to dodge anything, just use it for some damage, and he did pay the price in the end.
As Firethorn buffers the hook, and the Fear Beyond Death is going to be enough to pull in. Come here, he says, and Firethorn taken down once again. Catchy Tails not missing with these ultimates and having a big impact on this game.
Yeah, we talked about scaling this game. Kaisa and Nevian Master Yi do have a lot of late game damage, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to overcome the lead that this Urgot has been accruing. Looks like Prowler's Claw finish, so it looks like nobody's going to be able to escape if he gets his little shotgun knees onto you.
They move forward. No, throws down the smoke screen. And looks like Ethan's gonna miss the stun, but is Devo gonna do anything about this? No, still has the collateral damage available, tries to go for the kill, and yes he does! What a kill coming out from No! But it looks like Ethan is gonna be able to get that stun and is able to let Firethorn, unfortunately, get the kill. Ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Well, I don't know if there's
maybe a little bit too cautious with the hunt killer instinct, but it looks like
Emo tries to go for the 1v1 and gets taken down. Unfortunately, Tails as well. 1 versus 1 in the top lane, getting those isolated kills, those isolated deaths from Firethorn Fangirls. Disaster strikes all over the map. 10,000, more than 11,000 gold in the lead for Victor Live Fangirls. As bad goes to worse, but Ethan with a nice wall. Firethorn tries to throw out the hook. Was not able to get anything with the dredge line. As a couple of members of Victor Live Fangirls just decides to recall towards base, buy up some items, and prepare for Baron coming up.
Another kill goes down to Lucian. Looks like Ethan the Bob just a little bit too far up, dying next to the corpse of his tier 1 turret.
They move towards the Baron. Is going to be able to get spotted on a ward. And it looks like Firethorn Fangirls does have the Scuttle Crab vision as well. So we'll see if they continue to move on and try to get some damage off. As Firethorn taken down very, very low. Uses a flash to get out. Still has a Hex Flash available. So not a huge loss. And they definitely do know that they're prepping for the Baron. As we do see Tails, Yemo, and Set around him. The Rift Tail being popped as we see the entirety of Firethorn Fangirls moving forward. Another charge from Shelly is able to get put down. As Lord China Shawby gonna be taken down very low with the Fear Beyond Death, and all 5 members out here, but not before he gets a kill. And that's all 4 members, all 4 of the rest of the members of Victor Live Fangirls moving forward, trying to take this Baron. And it looks like it's gonna be taken down, no problem at all. All of Firethorn Fangirls rushing over, trying to get there as fast as possible, but unable to make it in time.
Yeah, Catchy Tails deciding to make that sacrifice, but is able to get the kill on the back end of that trade. Normally we'd look at a 1-for-1 as a pretty even trade, but it was a huge shutdown onto Catchy Tails, and still a 400 gold bounty on his head, so a decent amount of gold going over to Firethorn fan clubs, as a hook does land, but flashing away keeps Obsidian Serpent safe.
Looks like everyone is able to recall and buy stuff with their Baron money. A couple more items being finished up from Victor, buying the Medjai's Soul Stealer. Already 8 pages in that book. Slows down.
Yeah, I mean, with the advantage that Victor Live Fangirls has in this game, and plus that Crown of the Shattered Queen, it's going to be very difficult for them to even get close to the Victor to try and remove those Medjai stacks. So I think it's a pretty good investment on his end.
Pretty good indeed, as 13,000 gold in the lead. On the side of Victor Live Fangirls, Judge Line falling out. Not be able to get anything with it. As Nami was there, regardless, to heal him up. As Firethorn Fangirls just trying to protect their own base, protect their own jungle, trying to drop some wards down and clear it out. As we do see a lot of red wards being placed down, but not before Victor Live Fangirls walks into the bot side jungle of Firethorn, and not able to get as much vision down as a result of that. They take control right back on the bottom side. As we see Catchy Tails trying to fight 4 members at once. Fear Beyond Death is able to get that fear. No, it's not. As they all survive, 5 members on the side, is able to get some damage off, get the raid boss down, but the turret falls, and it looks like the egg is popped as well. Obsidian Serpent in a terrible position, trying to get healed. And it looks like the gravity well gonna stun too, and Demon's gonna fall. As we do see the A Maker come out from the sets, but is unable to get much from it. And they're gonna be taken down as well. Obsidian Serpent got hooked, but it looks like it was his arena to shine, as he's gonna get a couple kills in his back pocket and take down the rest of Firethorn Fan Club.
Yeah, that gravity well and the chaos, that what's it called, Death Ray, creating too much space in the mid lane. Alpha Strike used to get away with, can he escape? No, that pursuit is relentless.
It's pretty difficult thus far. The lead goes up to 16,000 gold, and it looks like they're just having that final march into the base with just a little bit left. No, on the side, already killing people inside the fountain. It's so difficult now, but no, might be taken down. He's being pretty low, but the heal comes out from Nautical Dust, is able to save him, but Obsidian Serpent still doing lots of damage as they close out the end of this game. No novel fight coming out from Firethorn Fangirls, but it looks like Victor Lai is a little bit too strong, and he comes out on top with the blue team putting on a show for us tonight. 20,000 gold in the lead by the end of this game. 27 kills to 10, 11 turrets to 0, 1 Baron to 0, and that's all that they needed to say. First game goes to Victor Lai Fangirls.
GG. Looks like I am 1 for 1 in predictions so far.
He's huge. But that's going to be the first game for Victor Lai Fangirls. Make sure to stay tuned in 15 minutes for our second game of the tournament. welcome to our second game of the tournament. This time, if you have not forgotten, I am Forrest, your play-by-play for today, and I'm joined by Josh.
Yo.
And today we have Big Deke versus Titan. Big Deke is going to be on the blue side versus Titan on the red side. And welcome to our CSA X TASA tournament for League of Legends. I already have a couple of champions banned out already, like Yumi and Lux, targeting the support position, and a third target for the support position with Pyke banned on the side of Titan, paired with the Malzahar as well.
There's Samir ban.
That's pretty interesting indeed. Haven't seen that much Samira, but as you did say, Samira was banned last game between Victor Lai and Firethorn Fangirls, and Twitch being the last ban of the first phase, and Sejuani, the tank in the jungle, able to be picked up quick on the first. As we move throughout the champ select, we'll see if there's anything to pair up with Sejuani. Sejuani is very, very strong with double melee solo laners, so we'll see if they adhere to that. As you see the bot lane picked out already on the side of Titan with Misfortune and Morgana being the two that is handed towards them. And we'll see if Big Deke can do anything about it. See if there's any counter picks on the side of Misfortune and Morgana against Misfortune and Morgana. And we may see a early pick with Kog'Maw and Lulu. Very excited to see this. Kog'Maw, something that I really wanted to see in Worlds, but unfortunately wasn't picked or was unpicked.
Kog'Maw, Lulu, deadly combo, especially with that Sejuani providing that front line with massive CC.
Already starting out strong on the side of Big Deke, so I'm very excited to see if they're going to pull out a win with the Kog Lulu.
That's probably more for those help picks. Shields coming out. It's going to be almost impossible to kill this Kog'Maw, so let's see if they'll be able to capitalize on that.
There is a lot of lockdown, though, with Orianna being picked in the last phase with her Shockwave. Should be able to catch Kog'Maw off guard. As we do see Garen and Swain being the last two bans on the side of Titan. And a lot of attention focused towards the top lane, as Jax and Yasuo as well being banned on the side. Both sides need a top laner. Big Deke needs a jungler, or excuse me, a mid laner as well, and Titan needs a jungler. So we'll see if they move forward with that. And we'll see what Titan counter picks with, as they do have the last pick being on the red side. And Ornn, tried and true, big tank in the top lane. Ornn able to be pulled out on the side of Titan, and we'll see if there's anything to be made of it. There are a lot of strong top laners that can be played against Ornn, and we are awaiting Big Deke to pull out a strong counter pick in the top lane.
Ooh, Silas pick would be very nice. Being able to copy the bullet time from Misfortune, that Call of the Forge God from Ornn, maybe even a Shockwave from Orianna, being his own delivery system for that ball.
There are a lot of great ultimates to pick out for the Silas to steal, and we do see another set coming out in the top lane, this time on the side of Big Deke to face the Ornn in the top lane. Set does have a lot of pressure in top lane, should be able to get that push, and does have a lot of damage in a 1 versus 2, but Bel'Veth might stop that 1 versus 2 right in its tracks. Bel'Veth very strong in the jungle in the past couple of months. So we'll see if she can make something happen. It's going to be very, very difficult, though. Sejuani and Lulu and Set have a lot of CC, a lot of crowd control to stop Bel'Veth in her tracks. And we'll see if that's going to cause a problem for her. As for the rest of the team comps, it looks like Big Deke does have a nice solid front line, front to back team comp with Kog'Maw, Lulu in the back line, and Silas diving in with Set and Sejuani to protect them. And on the other side, there is another huge team fight comp with Ornn, Misfortune, Orianna, Morgana, core with Belveth helping to push them through the early game, hopefully. So we'll see if that's going to push each side to a win. And of course, if you didn't know already, League of Legends does have a built-in delay. So we'll have a 3-minute spectator delay for game integrity, and we'll see you guys on the other side. And we are back into game. On to Summer's Rift. Big Deke versus Titan. Big Deke on the blue side, Titan on the red side. Our second game of the CSA X TASA tournament. Super excited to see how this will turn out, as both teams brawling it out with very, very exciting picks. And we'll see if there's anything to come of it, as we do see Big Deke moving towards the river on the bot side.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
As they hide inside of a bush. Perhaps inferring that predicting that there might be an invade moving forward. There is a ward down, so they will be able to see anything that happens. There you go. Very nice. And on the side of Titan, they're fanned out, guarding all of the entrances. So we'll see if there's anything to come of it, as it's a very standard start. Maybe we can take a look at the runes Everything seems pretty standard with Belveth
Yeah,
taking
looks like it
lethal.
is going to be what is that? Aftershock on Sejuani. A lot of we've seen that world. A lot of junglers going phase rush just to guarantee that stun goes off. But with the set Q reset on his auto attacks, maybe they're not too worried about that. Instead, going for the more build.
You see a very early brawl in the top lane. Should be expected outside of Set and Ornn. But Set should have the advantage, does have that passive healing. But Ornn did have an extra potion to start.
And with the Grasp of the Undying, it means that every time they fight, if he gets any Grasp of the Undying procs off, he will be getting that permanent bonus health. So, looks like Ornn might actually be willing to take these trades as long as it doesn't put him into death range.
And it will be a lot. It will take a lot to put Ornn into death range.
Cody, you taking a little bit of a weird path to get to his Raptors, maybe trying to avoid a ward on his Wolves?
He does move forward and does able to start the Raptors. The bot lane being pushed in heavily. Cog Lulu. No slouch in the lane, but they did end up taking Good Fortune. Very, very low, as well as no Kari.
Kog'Maw is often seen as a very late game carry, but it looks like that Abductive Scan lands onto that and a full combo takes out Orianna.
Huge play coming out from Animus in the mid lane with a nice early kill as he pushes the wave in. If you can get this wave all the way in, it'll be devastating for Oriangela. So we'll see if they can
looks like
move forward.
almost
Here.
2 whole waves, and with Barrier instead of TP, it means that she will not be able to catch any of this gold, any of this XP. And already a level down, 10 CS down. That's really not something you can see.
Did in fact miss almost a wave and a half and is now down 10 CS. Already down 600 gold. Huge play coming out from Animus. Able to get that first blood. Solo kill available. Oriangela opting not to use the barrier or the flash. So we'll be able to hold on to that for the next fight potentially. If she can get Cody Yu to come in the mid lane and grab a gank.
Speaking of CS leads, it is 17 CS up on Kog'Maw. We normally see Kog'Maw as a late game carry, but at that range from his W, looks like the Haymaker Shield will be able to keep Seek Eternity healthy enough to deter Ornn, and it looks like it's just going to be a little bit of a trade with the wave freezing on Ornn's side.
Indeed, as we end up seeing Hatch Chili able to double scuttle Cody Yu. So it'll be pretty difficult for Cody Yu to get a lot of gold, as it seems to be a little bit of a difference in all the lanes. Very, very strong showing outside of Big D. Gets Oriangela having her flash forced out in the mid lane as Hatch Chili going straight from the bottom scuttle into a gank into mid and able to get a flash.
And the bullying continues bot lane. That constant poke from Lulu plus the billion range that Kog'Maw gets from his Bio Arcane Barrage. I believe that's what his W is called. Means that they just can't trade back, even with that Make It Rain.
As that barrage comes out from Kog'Maw, able to get a lot of damage onto Ailang Jung. On Misfortune, 28 CS to 6. It is a ravaging damage and fight so far coming out from Big Deke, as they could continue to push forward, more brawling in the top lane, but nothing to come of it. You see the pathing from Cody Yu, might be looking to get a gank off in mid lane. But Oriangela has yet to hit 6 yet. Seek Eternity taken down very low. Uses the Haymaker and is able to survive, albeit very, very low. Hidos also very low though. But with the mana being present, it's going to be very difficult. 3 members of Big Deke moving forward. Hidos does have Flash, does not have Call of the Forge God available. Seek Eternity might look to just get a kill here, but Hidos, Animus, is able to grab that kill easy enough. 2 kills on the side of Big Deke. $1.6 million, 1.6 thousand gold in the lead thus far for Big Deke. We'll see if they can move forward and capitalize on this in the future, as we do see nice damage coming out with a nice auto attack to finish it out. Howok able to get that kill. Cody Yu not looking to do anything here. Does have the above and below but not able to get anything through
Yeah,
that.
Bio Arcane Barrage plus the fully stacked lethal tempo just gives him so much range. Does not even need to flash to catch up to Misfortune.
Nice sidestep off of the Dark Binding. That's Cody Yu staying out in the bot lane. It'd be pretty difficult for them to do anything here. Down 3 kills. Dragon has not yet been taken though. Hatch Chili hasn't made herself go over there. There's more.
Yeah, I think I want to see more action out of Cody Yu. Again, we're looking at an Ignite jungler, which means, you know, with less late game value that you could get from a flash, you need to be taking advantage with a lower cooldown Ignite and the kill damage, or the kill potential that it gives you. Shockwave stolen, hijacked rather, from Animus's Silas, but not gonna be able to land unless he's able to land the deck that's gone.
Exactly, needs to use the shockwave right on top of himself. But it might not be that much trouble as Animus sneaks in, gets some vision off on the wolves, but with Belveth smelling some sort of suspicion through the bot lane jungle, there's not much to come of it, but Animus hiding within the wings of the Tri-Bush, looking to get some damage off here. Animus uses the does spawn with the shockwave and is able to get 2. What a play coming out from Animus. Huge roam, able to get 2 kills for himself in the bot lane, bringing us up to a 3,000 gold lead. 5 kills up.
Yeah, I mean, this Misfortune just cannot catch a break. Sitting there with only a cloak of agility and a long sword, cannot do anything to get away from that dive. No flash, no heal, no nothing.
Very difficult indeed, as they do get 4 plates on the bot side, or just 3 for now, but that 4th is looking very, very low. As they finally get their first dragon of the night, Infernal Drake, coming out off of the hands of Hatch Chili.
Yeah, at this point, the only lane that's gankable for Cody Yu is that top lane, but it is set. Set is just so difficult to kill, even 2v1. It does have the Mercury Treads and not any kind of armor like plated steel caps, so maybe Belveth has a little bit of kill potential there, but he really needs to get the ball rolling if they want a chance to get back into this game. And it looks like he is walking over. Peak Eternity is constantly pushing, so with the call of the Forge God, maybe they can make it happen.
And he's going to use
Looks
it.
like Peak Eternity does smell it out and flashes away from the ram.
Cody Yu dashing forward, trying to get it, but the ult comes out, and Cody Yu with the above and beyond, able to get that knock up and able to get that kill. Cody Yu, first play of the game, is able to get an assist for Hitos and grab a kill for himself. First kill on the board, showing signs of life outside of Titan.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job flashing away from the ult, but at the end of the day, you still have to be able to run away from the Belveth, and he just wasn't able to do that.
Very, very difficult instead. The flash used outside of Seek Eternity, but Hitos also using his flash, so summoner trade as well as the ignite used from Cody Yu, so it's a positive summoner trade. But it looked like the wave might be pushing.
5.99 says your mic's a little low.
I know, I think I increased a little bit. Should be a little better now, I hope. But we'll see as Animus able to push in. Does have Call of the Forge God hijacked available. Cody Yu using the Maelstrom, and it's going to be taken down instantly. Animus with another kill, the 4th of the game, and the 5th one more time as well. Double kill coming out from Animus. The Silas is bringing the work to the town.
Yeah, so much kill potential with the Call of the Forge God. Normally, these Orns take it, or they don't take it, but it's very powerful on these tanks for the CC. But Silas, being a mage, is able to capitalize on the CC and the damage that he's able to buy in his own items.
So difficult, going from tough to nearly impossible. Another kill on the side. How woke making I Like Jung flash out. Down 60 CS. So difficult now. Misfortune yet to hit her bullet storm. As Cody Yu, pinging, might able to get some damage off here, but it's going to show. Going to get slowed down by Apocalypse. Dark Binding going to land. Cody Yu looking to use it forward, but he's going to be polymorphed. And look at that! Huge knockup coming out from Apocalypse, and it's going to be great coming out there. It's another kill in the bot lane, a 2 versus 3, a 3-man knockup coming out from the Lulu is enough to turn that fight around. As they do see Set bring out the showstopper with the haymaker. Hito's taken down to very low HP. Uses the call of the Forge Guard, but not going to be enough. Hito's being taken down for the 3rd time in the top lane as Belveth. So we use Animus with another shockwave in the mid lane. Is able to move forward. As Cody Yu looked like not able to get anything in the bot lane done. So they're going to use the Rift Herald in the mid lane. Should be able to get a lot of damage on the turret. And that's going to be enough. Get 3 plates.
Yeah, unfortunate kill on the top lane. Looks like Hitos's items worked a little bit against him there with the Bomby Cinder and the Rambo Vest, giving him tower aggro after getting caught by the Face Smasher. So unfortunately taking about 2 tower shots there. Maybe he could have turned it around with the Call of the Forge God, but Set coming around with the flank.
Seek Eternity trying to get some damage off. Base Breaker not able to pull as Hitos with a nice buffer, able to make it unstoppable, and Animus lands the Everfrost. Does have a lot of damage, but not enough. Ornn, despite having 3 deaths, is still pretty tanky nonetheless. And is able to get himself out, but Sejuani, Hatch Chili, able to make himself up towards the top lane as well. A 3-man gank up in the top lane. Hitos, he's looking down the barrel of the weapon, gonna miss. But Hatch Chili might be taken down here, taken down very low and not gonna fall. Just 12 HP. Might have just hit single digits there, but is able to survive. And
yeah, at this point they're just so ahead that they can make mistakes like that and still come out on top.
As another kill comes out to How Awoke, killing Cody Yu, the immobile void monster that she is, and Animus pushing forward, grabbing another one, serving it on a silver platter to How Awoke, and moving it even further into the lead, bringing it up to a 9, 10, almost 10,000 gold lead. Extremely impressive performance coming out from the mid laner and Animus this game, as Hitos using the Call of the Forge God, able to get that knockup, but he's gonna be taken down very low. Nice polymorph coming out from Apocalypse, and able to stop Hitos in his track and take him down. As Chili moves towards the dragon, trying to take down the 2nd dragon of the game by his lonesome. Should be able to take them down as they move forward. Reset, look up to buy their items. A lot of the items being completed now and getting more as a result, getting some components to push even further in this game, to snowball this game into an unwinnable position for Titan, as Hatch Chili finally getting that 2nd drag of the game. 10,000 gold in the lead in 15 minutes. Very tough so far for Titan. As, wow, flash followed by another flash. Animus using the Everfrost as well as there, but the shockwave is gonna miss. Unfortunately, a rare miss from Animus, gonna be able to push forward. Cody Yu, not sure if that's a fight that he wants to take, as Animus using both of his summoners, takes out Oriangela summoners as well, but unable to get a kill.
Yeah, normally you expect Belveth, with those constantly stacking true damages to want to 1v1 somebody, but with the Conqueror fully stacked on the Silas, it's just too much damage to deal with.
Very difficult indeed, as the bot lane of Big Deke should be able to get this turret up. Apocalypse and How Awoke doing lots of work so far. 123 CS on the side of How Awoke, proving to be very strong so far. Apocalypse being in a very bad position. Wild Growth can be used. Cody Yu using the Maelstrom, but it looks like How Awoke is doing work, flashing forward, getting that last kill on the Hitos, and Cody Yu taken down solo. With the barrage, not enough to get that. Cody Yu with a nice dodge to the side, and 14 kills over to the side of Big Deke. They move forward. Howok and Apocalypse. So close to getting this last shot of this inner turret. Next wave should do it. Oriangela moving towards top. See if she can catch the wave. But Howok unable to get this last one. Oriangela tried through the shockwave. Does get Apocalypse. Does not have Wild Growth available. But Animus might be here to save the day. Throws out the shackles and is able to get a kill in the hands of Howok as well. Animus with a nice roam just in time to save his bot lane. As the turret falls, the fourth turret of the game, Animus hijacks the call of the Forge God. Hidos is still pretty tanky, but does not have that much MR. Not that much magic resist under his belt. So it would be very, very difficult for him to hold to the likes of Animus and his 6 kill potential. 2 items. See if they move forward. Push forward. As the Rift Herald is up. Ash Chili able to contain that one. As we'll see them spread across the map. Is there any more to be written here as Apocalypse roams throughout the jungle? See if he can get his sightline onto a stray champ on Titan. And Howok and Apocalypse moving forward. Oriangela does not have the shockwave available, but just all heroic quick kill coming out from Howok and Apocalypse. That's all they needed there. Cody Yu taken down very low as well with both the Blade of the Rune King and the Rage Blade finish. Howok does an incredible amount of damage.
Yeah, 2 items a little bit stronger than half an item on Misfortune. It's just he's unstoppable right now, especially with that Lulu by his side, providing not only shields but heals from the Moonstone Renewal.
Indeed. Bullet time comes out from Misfortune, is able to get get the wave thinned out as well. Call of the Forge Guard being used from Hidos, is able to get one for the Apocalypse, and Seek Eternity flash in, get that face breaker, and the Wild Growth being used as well. The 3-man Everfrost locks them all down, and so much has been done here. So much damage has been done to the structure, and it's all falling apart now. 3 dead on the side of Titan as Big Deke pushes in to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, huge command shockwave from Orianna, catching 3 to 4 people under a turret, no less. But Seek Eternity a little bit too strong, a little bit too tanky with the Haymaker. It is able to get out with the flash, and they just take that inhibitor without any trades going back in the other direction.
Pretty impressive there. The shockwave coming through, but Seek Eternity flashing in with that face breaker is able to get a huge stun and stop everyone in their tracks. Prevent any throw from happening. As the game continues to keep rolling in favor of Big Deke. Three members strong in the bot lane as everyone is around the bot side. As Hatch Chili going towards the dragon, trying to finish up the 3rd dragon of the game, bringing us to Soul Point. It is a Mountain Soul, which will be pretty beneficial for Hatch Chili and even Seek Eternity if they get to that.
Yeah, definitely something Ornn would have wanted because he does scale very strongly with resistances, but with that bot lane being as strong as it is.
Animus tries to go in for the 1 versus 4 clutch, but not much to come out of it. Not much
Very important
damage.
kill going down though. That's 700 gold going over to Orianna.
But there's not much to come of it. Just some tempo slowed down, but there aren't any objective much. There is very few objectives left on the Summoner's Rift. Just a Baron and a couple of turrets left. So we'll see if Big Deke can push their way towards the Baron and get that under the belt to be able to close out the rest of this game. As Howok finally completes the Flame Horizon, 100 CS above I Like Jung. And we'll see him continue to push this lead further. So much damage coming out from How Woke. 9 kills under his name. And it's continued to be the threat to worry about. Continue to fight along Animus. Tries to move forward. Uses Absalom Disgust as well as steals the Morgana ult, hijacks it, and it makes everyone stunned. It's a 1 versus 5 situation. Misses the abduct. Uses the Everfrost, gets a 3-man Everfrost, but he looks like he's going to be taken down by the turret, and he's going to fall. Hidos getting that last kill, a second death on the side of Animus. There's no bounty to his name, but looks like that's going to be enough for Seek Eternity to bring it forward, and uses his damage to bring it up. Seek Eternity running away. Hidos with the flash, the clap, trying to slow him down, but there's not much he can do. Seek Eternity looking to take this 1v1 in general, and just stalling time for the rest of his team to clean up Baron. As it looks like they're waiting for Animus to finally come up, and that should be enough for all 5 members to hold up Baron. This might be the nail in the coffin. As long as they move forward, they'll be able to get this win with no problem at all. Seems like they just cleared the wave. There's not much to move around. A couple of items being completed as well on the side of Big Deke. Their second items being completed with the Thorn Mail for Hatch Chili, as well as the third item, Wit's End, for How Woke, and then Mikhail's for Apocalypse. They're pretty strong moving forward, but on the side of Titan, there are a couple of first item completions as well. The Call of the Forge God being used from Animus. Gets a 4-man knockup, and that's going to be enough for Hatch Chili to move in. The Showstopper comes out, the Facebreaker with the 3-man as well. Haymaker as well. There's all that, the abilities. Bro, it's all over now with an ace coming out. The Wild Growth as well. 26 kills to 4. Big Deke showing up in strength today. Able to take down Titan with a 20,000 gold lead in the end. And that's our first win for Big Deke. The second game of the CSA X TASA tournament. Congratulations to Big Deke.
Indeed. That Deke, maybe the Deke was just too big at the end of the day.
Too big and too strong. But there are more games to play. One more game coming up in 25 minutes at 8 o'clock, so stay tuned for that one. And of course, for Titan, that's not the end of the road. There is still a loser's bracket as well. So stay tuned, and we'll be back soon. And welcome back for our third game of the tournament. CSA versus TASA. That is right. That's Chinese Student Association versus Taiwanese American Student Association from UT. And we are here for our league tournament of the fall 2022 semester. On the play-by-play side, it's Forrest. I am one of your casters, and I am joined by Josh.
Yo.
And as for the teams, we have Titan on the blue side, which we just saw an hour ago, and or just like 20 minutes ago even. And on the red side, it's Face Sitters. Have yet to see Face Sitters on this stream, so we're excited to see how everything turns out. All of the bans have already been set in stone on the blue side. On Titan's side, we have the Leona, Amumu, and Tryndamere ban, and on the red side for Face Sitters, we have an Aatrox, Yumi, and a Morgana ban, and a couple of picks already being displayed. Yasuo being the first pick on the side of Titan.
A little bit unfortunate. 2 knockups already taken by the Set and the Zac on the other side, but maybe Nami does have potential with the tidal wave to knock people up.
There are a lot of knockup champions that can be pushed forward, like Malphite, if they wanted to bring that into fruition, like the classic Malphite Yasuo combo, or Gragas in the jungle. Those would be excellent picks. And we have Nami and Lux on the side of Titan, bringing out the
perhaps
support
a
in mid.
double AP bot lane. Or maybe the Yasuo is not mid. What I do know is that Vex is very powerful against Yasuo. All of his constant dash is going to keep her fear bar charged up very nicely for these mid to late game team fights.
That's definitely a good catch on the side of Face Hitters to bring out the Vex as a Yasuo counter pick. And a couple of bans being presented as well. Twitch and Lucian both banned off the ADC list. And Trundle off of the jungle pool, banned away from Titan by Face Hitters, and Maokai being the final ban of the phase of the second phase. We'll see what Face Hitters uses their last pick on, their counter pick. They still need their potentially a ADC and support. Actually, that could be a Poppy support or a Vex support or a Set support or a Zac support, actually. So we won't know.
I think it smells like Set support to me, but we'll see what happens.
We could absolutely see what happens. Misfortune coming out once again from I Like Jung and Buns, and Kane bringing the jungle pick of choice, and Tristana as well being the final pick coming out from the ADC pool. Very, very strong against Misfortune. It's a classic counter pick, always able to jump on her. And we'll see where else this takes us, because there's a lot of flex picks available on the side of Face Sitters.
Face Sitters were actually with the Yordle comp, Tristana, Poppy, Vex. That means they will gain a 15% chance to dodge auto attacks. Oh, I'm being told that is the wrong game. This is League of Legends, not TFT.
Unfortunately, that won't be able to become That would be very useful in this game, but unfortunately, is
But yeah,
not.
it looks like they have like 3 potential top laners, 3 potential junglers, 3 potential supports in Poppy, Set, and Zac. So it's a bit of a toss-up to see who goes where.
Yeah. If I had to make a prediction, probably going to be Set top with the Zac jungle and then Vex mid with the Poppy support, leaving Tristana up in the AD carry role. So we'll see if that's going to come about as we jump into the spectator delay. Of course, if you didn't know already, we have a 3-minute spectator delay for League of Legends to maintain game integrity. And we will see you back when the game starts. And we're back onto the loading screen and into the game, onto the Rift. Here we have Titan versus Face Sitters for our CSA TASA League tournament. We have Titan on the blue side and Face Sitters on the red side. Super excited to see how these two face off. This is the first round of the losers bracket. And whoever wins this game will move on in the losers bracket, trying to make that miracle run happen if they can run through the losers bracket and make it into the finals.
Looks like a little bit of a lane swap. Hito's going into the jungle rather than top lane. It does look like he's having a little bit of technical difficulties. Disconnects, running back to his base, and there is a pause.
Hito's looks like he disconnected. We'll see if we can get that sorted out. As is this? Oh, it's the Yasuo top. That's right. Yeah. So you just see the lane swap. Hito's did play the Ornn last game on the top, and I'm interested to see that the game has reconnected already. As Oriangela tries to move forward, is going to get that light binding, able to get 2 in his tracks, but it's going to waste her flash in the meantime. As more technical difficulties arise. That is really odd. The game has paused. Literally. Oh, we're good now. Sorry. Excuse the technical difficulties. As I was saying, Hitos was playing Ornn top in the last game, so it looks like Hitos is moving into the jungle to pull out the Kayn, and Cody Yu, who is playing, I believe, Bel'Veth, is able to move on to the Yasuo this game.
Oriangelo's flash getting burnt in the early invade, but nothing else comes out of that. No first bloods go down, no even spell thieves gold, so not too bad.
Not too bad if she can stay alive for the next 4 minutes.
Unfortunately, she did have to start with that light binding, so a little bit less pressure on the early wave, but that should be solved by level 2.
Should indeed, but it'd be pretty difficult in the first wave, as you mentioned. But of course, Franchi would need to be able to play pretty aggressive to take advantage of it, which does not seem like she is. As both, light binding gonna land, get some nice damage. The flea is gonna land as well from Franchi and uses procs Thunderbolt, or excuse me, the Electrocute.
Yeah, great play on Franchi, knowing that when you actually fear somebody with the E, it fears them away from the center, so getting Oriangela to actually walk towards her instead of away.
Pretty strong indeed. Another one! Oh, the flash in! What a play! But the barrier is gonna stop him in his tracks. A negative summoner gonna be very difficult. Hito's gonna flash in, does not have flash. Franchi is gonna regret that she did that one, and Hito's able to get the first kill of the game.
Yeah, Franchi definitely very comfortable on the Vex, but just barely miscalculating, maybe not taking that barrier into account. It would have definitely have been first blood though. That going in the other direction.
Set with the very new Spirit Blossom skin. First time I've seen it. Very, very cool. Doing some nice damage up to Cody Yu in the top lane. Of course, Yasuo not having a fun time against Set, nor would he have against Vex. As Albort, this is not a fight he wants to take. Should have, does not have the slingshot available. Is gonna have to flash out, must have used that to get in. Very, very greedy play coming out from Albert, trying to get the blue buff. Not sure if he miscalculated that Hitos would be there, but Hitos is able to shift out. Albert uses the flash, able to get that down for him. The best bag boy, able to get that support in. As it might turn into a quick 3v3. Cody Yu trying to get in. The slingshot gonna be used and locking him up. Does knock as well. First kill goes down. Cody Yu falls. And it looks like Zach is able to pop his passive and is gonna be able to survive 2 kills. Going over to the side of Face Hitters.
Yeah, a little bit touchy at the beginning of that with Albert getting caught on the blue buff. He did have Set coming behind, but I think he started a little bit too early. Best Bag Boy not being able to get there before Hitos lays down the damage. He does have to use his flash, but maintains his passive to be able to make that a 2-for-0 trade instead of a 2-for-1.
Very, very nice. Coming throughout. 1k gold lead already early on before even 5 minutes in. 1k gold lead to the side of Face Hitters. It's a pretty strong showing thus far. Pretty difficult there as Cody Yu pushed a little too far forward. Albor able to use that slingshot and get it with no problem at all, as Hitos is here, able to get some damage off, but does not have anything else to get for it. Looks like he's just getting some orbs for himself and succeeds in that sense.
Yeah, is able to hit the Poppy to get the red orbs. I think red orbs, or rather red Kayn, is the form he will probably choose this game in order to give Cody Yu more options to get knockups for the Last Whisper.
We'll see if that's going to come in. The tier bot early for Hitos. One of the more novel tech builds. As everyone recalls and backs off to get their share of the gold. And both junglers very much showing their presence around the map thus far. Everyone getting a little taste of what's going on. bot lane. No kills have happened just yet. But with the gank from Hidos, he's trying to make that change happen. As the best bag boy and Cody Yu trying to move forward as well. The face breaker not hitting anyone, nor does the tornado. As there's a lot of fight coming through on side of best bag boy. Fortunately missing the cannon, but should be able to push the wave in and perhaps maintain his CS lead. Face breaker Cody Yu needing a flash to be forced out, scared of Beast Bag Boy's showstopper as well as the haymaker. Some more fighting going on in the mid lane. Lots of brawling going throughout the Summoner's
Something
Rift.
I want to point out is that Albert has picked up the Dark Seal. He's going to be looking to make a lot of ganks go off, get that extra AP. You know, he is a tank, but he does do a decent amount of damage as well.
And that's what he needs to do. Zach with the Dark Seal should not underestimate his damage. So that's the case. Hido's using the Shadow Step, moving forward, but Set is not slow whatsoever. But he's looking to get that 2v1. Best Bad Boy trying to move forward, but the tornado should land. Cody Yu trying to use that, but does not have his ultimate available. He has yet to level it up. He just leveled it up now, but Best Bag Boy able to get that kill with the showstopper in the 2 versus 1 coming out on top. The Set, you don't fight with the man of the hour. He is coming through and getting 2 kills for himself.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of a misstep, but not sure if that last Whisper would have actually been enough to get the damage off because he was not low whatsoever. Still had that haymaker available. Yeah, just a great 2v2 rather, or 1v2 rather. And with that Kitos dead, they are able to take that what is that, Hextech Dragon for free.
First dragon of the game falls on the side of Face Sitters. Pretty strong dragon as well with the Hextech. Some extra cooldown reduction.
The parts are very even in the bot lane. Nami hasn't gone back to get the items, but in terms of ADCs, it looks like they have the same items, just with a dagger on Misfortune rather than boots on Tristana. So even in items, not in CS, but combat-wise, actually Misfortune's a little bit stronger.
So Tristana does have 500 gold and 800 gold in her pocket. So if there's any time to fight, it would be very, very soon while they're even in items. I like Jung and Buns. Gonna need some help down in the bot lane. If Hidos can make his way down, which he is doing now, Shadow Step is able to be seen by Albort. See if that moves on even more. They ping the missing on the side, but Vex is not even there. I like Jungle Bun's gonna be taken down very low, gonna be taken down as a result. Lux as well coming through, able to get 3. Albort pushing him through. Hidos after using Umbral Trespass, able to survive. As well as the tidal wave moving forward as well. Just gonna be some damage, but no kills in return. 1 kill so far going on the side of Face Sitters, and everyone just leaves.
Final spark coming from Oriangela, hitting 3 people, but with only 2 impotents, just not doing a lot of damage yet. Blade of the Rune King almost finished from the best bag boy. He's gonna get a huge power spike in damage once that item is completed. So Cody Yu, it's looking a little rough. He hasn't even gotten his critical strike chance yet in the Plug Vigility, and he does get caught in the face breaker.
Loss of damage coming out from Best Bag Boy with just a Vampiric Scepter and a pickaxe, doing lots of damage to Cody Yu. Of course, this is not a matchup that is happy for Yasuo. But if there's anything to point out, Rost has finally appeared on the map. Hidos with that transformation into Red Cane should be able to do a lot more work, and as well help Cody Yu in his retention of his ultimate. As we see an invade from Franchi moving into the blue, as it does land. The blades reach as they move forward, try to see if there's anything to do with it. Oriangela has yet to rotate just yet. The slingshot moving forward, as well as the ultimate. He goes with a nice, huge ult went from that Blade's Reach, able to get knock up 2. And what a play, Cody Yu right there in time. That's exactly what I want to see from Titan. What a play coming out, but that's not all, as Beast Bag Boy is here, does have the showstopper, landed on Oriangela. Cody Yu taking down very low. The haymaker able to do so much damage to Oriangela, running out of mana, but Hidos does have a lot of healing available. Best Bag Boy is going to be taking down a nice bonus bounty, 350 gold in the hands of Oriangela, and that is not all too bad.
Yeah, that Kane red, the Rust's Umbral Trespass heals an insane amount, so just barely able to survive there. Set without the Blade of the Ruined King, not able to heal enough after getting the kill onto Ryu. So they are able to trade it back.
LeBron Zhang throwing forward, landing on top of Ailong Jung, but it's going to be not a kill.
Yeah, looks like one auto did go into the Nami instead of the explosive charge MF, so actually that might have been one misclick away from getting a kill, but Misfortune is able to get away safely, trading a lot of turret gold in return.
As we do see Hidos moving forward with a nice knockup as well, uses some damage off, and Hidos continues to dodge it, and right before Nokari left away, he got the tidal wave, and Hidos, this is his game to play, and you are living in it. Another double kill, 3-2-3 on the side of the Kane, the Rast, the beast in the jungle.
I'll be using that steadfast present to try and keep that Kane off of them, but it doesn't last forever. Eventually he is able to use the dash along with the tidal wave move speed to get the kill onto both bot laners. Double summoners expended by Oriangela against that Vex.
So interesting. Elastic Slingshot comes in from Albor as using the stretching strikes as well. Gonna pop the ultimate. Only a little bit of health remaining on Nokari and Ailong Jung, but he is only a big tank. Elastic Slingshot able to take Nokari down finally. So much time remaining. LeBron Zhang in here as well with the jump. And should we don't get this kill, Albor might fall though. And nice Umbral Trespass from Hidos, should be able to get another kill for himself, and it's just there. Another kill for Zach. Gonna be dead. Hidos trying to move forward, but the explosive charge being a huge amount of damage, but Hidos is still looking to play. Does have a little bit of damage left, but it's gonna fall to the Poppy, unfortunately. But no bounty means not too huge of a deal, as Hidos was able to get another kill.
Yeah, these junglers are really getting into it. Constantly fighting, constantly trying to apply pressure to their laners.
And pressure they do apply. LeBron Zhang, though, going to be able to come out on top, getting a lot of damage. Thankfully for Ailong Jung, it was a cannon wave, so he was able to get most of the CS. Cody Yu going to be taking a lot of trouble. Best Bag Boy able to get a flash showstopper, but Cody Yu is going to dash through them and able to flash out for himself a summoner for summoner trade. But if you look up to the scoreboard, it's a 5,000 gold lead for Face Sitter. Quite the monumental hill to climb for Titan, and we'll see if they can do so. They do have quite the team fight comp. There's a lot of wombo combo to be made available with Cody Yu's final breath and Hidos's two-man knockups that he continues to put forward in his Blaze Reach. So we'll see if there's anything more to come of it. Cody Yu being pushed away from his own inner turret. Facebreaker, huge damage, the Blade of the Ruined King. How much damage is there? Cody Yu taken down to 50 HP as we do some more damage with LeBron Zhang using that explosive charge, and everyone is taken down so low and taken down to 0 HP to continue to have a lot of impact as Best Bag Boy. You don't want to fight that, or Angela just gets completely blown up. Hidos and Best Bag Boy, the two absolute monsters in top of the jungle, the raid bosses, but it looks like Best Bag Boy has him on lock. 4 kills over to the side of Face Sitters.
Yeah, unfortunately Titan has heavily indexed into physical damage. Physical Misfortune, Red Kane in the jungle, and Yasuo in the top lane means that those plated steel caps are doing numbers for Best Bag Boy. He can 1v1, 1v2, even 1v3 people without fear of taking lethal damage.
Best Bag Boy flexing his muscles If you mess with the boss, you better be prepared to get hit. And that's exactly what the best bag boy is bringing to the show. As he roams the rift with 6 kills under his belt, 2 items, 3 if you count the plated steel caps. The prison not able to get anything here, and Nami just gonna get completely blown up. As we do see Franchi getting another hit of the dash of the ultimate, and Bainton able to knock him back. Everyone is here. LeBron getting the credit for the kill. 15 kills to 7 thus far. The stretching strike from Albor, able to get one as well. The chilling smite should have the elastic slingshot up very, very soon. Yes, he does. Oriangela gonna be in a lot of trouble now. The cooldown should be back up. Oh, bounce house in the bot lane. Oriangela gonna be taken out with a showstopper used from best bag boy. It's gone from bad to worse. 16 kills to 7, 34,000 gold to 23,000. Everything is just in favor so far. As Bainton knocks him straight into the wall, from the wall, but a nice Aqua prison from Nokari is able to push it forward. Franchi flashes forward, tries to get I Like Jung, tries to use the Gale Force to get away, and unfortunately is not enough. Facebreaker moves on Hitos. The raid boss is down, and it's all Nokari just alone under turret. There's a couple of teammates to come and help, though. Cody, you and Angela able to make their way forward. Franchi should be able to die here. Has ignited, has turret aggro, and falls. That's going to be first death so far on the side of Face Sitters. Outboard taking down very low. Inhibitor is next. Best bag boy uses a Facebreaker, moves on forward. Some more hits coming out. Nokari's taking down very low. Has the Haymaker, should do some damage. Last breath used from Yasuo, but not able to get anything much from it. Inhib should be coming down, and it looks like they're just going to back off. Overall, nice push.
It just really feels like Titans has nowhere to run. No matter where they are, under tower, in their own jungle, in their own base, it seems like everyone's getting surrounded by members of Face Sitters. They need to get their vision game up, and they need to try to look for some isolated picks and not get outnumbered themselves.
Exactly. Isolated picks is exactly what they need, and they can absolutely do it with Hitos playing Kane. Should be able to use his Shadow Step to go through walls and get a knock up. And Cody Yu with the final breath should be able to make it straight through. Oriangela with the final spark as well can get that long range magic damage out. 2 more minutes until Baron spawns. That should be the final push. 12,000 in the gold lead. Titan back-to-back very, very tough games. Gonna use the ultimate. Vex is there, able to get a kill and explodes. I Like Jung. A solo kill on the side of Vex. Using that Shadow Surge, is able to get that kill. Nice sniping shot. Franchi taking down the low HP, but she'll be able to do some more work. Hitos taking down very, very... doesn't want to take that fight. As Cody Yu uses the last breath, able to get some damage off, but they are so far behind. Can they do anything here? The Keeper's Verdict able to do some damage as well. Zach taking down so low. Oriangela able to get that final kill with the Cell division. Unfortunately, not able to save Albort. As Hitos continue trying to make some more things happen. He beats Bag Boy, using the Facebreaker, able to get another kill. The Blade of the Ruin King so stoppers him straight into the wall. So low, but Beast Bag Boy continuing to flex his huge muscles. And nice. Should be able to get the kill though here. Very, very nice light binding coming out from Oriangela. Some trade kills going back and forth. I believe it ended up being a 2 for 3. Still in favor of Face Sitters, but there's not more to be said.
It's good for Titans to be able to get these kills in their pockets, get their items up. You know, they are trading back in return, but you know what? They're already behind. It's okay if Face Sitters get a little bit of extra gold if they're able to collect some more, upgrade their items, and have a little bit more damage.
It's a blast so far. Very, very exciting to see Face Sitters come out and have a great showing thus far. 14 kills up. Beast Bag Boy able to net 160 plus CS so far with a nice set counter pick for the Yasuo. Potentially flex in the top lane as Franchi waiting inside the wings, uses the dash and should be able to get the kill. Oriangela taking down very low, but is able to survive in the end. Doesn't have to use any summoners for it. Hitos trying to get this kill, uses the blast pack to get back in, and he just brings him all the way out. What a play from LeBron, but Hitos should be able to trade him back. No, that's not going to be enough, as LeBron with the 2 strong items, Phantom Dancer and Kraken Slayer, able to bring him out and kill him. In the end.
Unfortunately, Hitos picking the worst possible target there on the Umbral Trespass. LeBron Jung just delivering him to the Vex, far away from the dragon, giving him no chances to smite.
No chances whatsoever. Going very, very difficult. Hitos, very strong, but does have the most deaths on the team. Trying to make these plays happen, but unfortunately falling short. There's not much time left. Baron is available. Interested to see if Facers is going to opt into going towards there, as they do start moving towards Baron. A big purple worm is able to be the closing statement for many of these teams, as they are continuing to move forward, clearing out vision. Start Baron up and start Baron. They will. Hitos moving forward, seeing if he can make it there in time, but it's not something that he believes is possible to do. Baron's gonna fall. Base Hitter is able to get their first Baron of the game, and that's gonna be huge to finish it up.
Blue team's inhibitors respawning soon.
10 kills to Best Bag Boy's name. 9 kills to LeBron Jung. 19 kills combined is a huge showing coming out from the top laner and ADC. Able to make these plays. LeBron Jung early on, able to jump on to I Like Jung many, many times. It's a very great pick towards the bot lane of Nokari, or excuse me, of Nami and Misfortune. Very, very aggressive play.
I mean, 10 kills, Core Drinker, and Death Stance means that that's Bad Boy. I don't see how, even 3 or 4v1, I don't see how Titans can ever get a kill on him.
It's very, very difficult. Instead, Let's Bounce is going to be used by the Zac, as so much is happening. Hitos trying to survive, but that Showstopper able to get 2 in his back pocket. 3 remaining. Oriangela, I Like Jung, and Nokari all left from the side of Titan. Can they finish the Titan off? Franchi able to get that third to last kill. The elastic shot moving all the way forward. Best Bag Boy tanking 2 turrets. Is going to be taken down so low, but the Haymaker able to make him survive. And I Like Jung getting his first kill of the game. Able to clean up the end of Zac. Trying to flash forward and finish that kill off of Best Bag Boy. But he's a little bit too fast. And LeBron trying to get that last kill as well. But Oriangela surviving with 1 HP. It's about to be the end. There's not much left to ride. Cody Yu, him versus the world. The Titan in the top lane. But it's all left to Base Sitters to finish out the game. 2 versus 4. All of them taken down solo. But with the heroic charge, they're going to end the game just like that. 32 kills to 11. 18,000 gold in the lead. And Base Sitters moves on to the second round of the losers bracket. Unfortunately for Titan, that will cause the end of their tournament run thus far. Thanks to them for playing in the CSA X TASA tournament. And hope we'll see them next time. Stay tuned for our very final game happening at 9 p.m. for our final game of the day. This is going to be our first day on the CSA X TASA tournament for the League of Legends game. And we'll see you soon. And welcome to our final day of Day 1 CSA X TASA League Fall 2022 Tournament. I am one of your casters, Forrest, and I am joined by Chris.
Hello, hello.
And Josh.
Yo.
And today we are spectating Big Deke on the blue side and Floating Wars on the red side. Super excited to see our final match of the day. This is in the winner's bracket. So whoever moves on will move on in the winner's bracket. Whoever loses will fall down to the loser's bracket. Couple of bans coming in already. We have Lucian and Nivea on the side of Big Deke, and Malzahar and Zaya so far for floating wards.
Yeah, and taking away the Lucian pick because we've seen it in a couple games, the Lucian Nami has been pretty strong. So getting rid of that in the first phase should be interesting to see how they decide to pick based off these bans right here.
Renata off the table too, very powerful as we saw in this previous World's Championships.
Pretty powerful indeed as Yuumi.
Oh,
last
and my
ban come out.
microphone was not down. That's why, if you guys thought my voice sounded a little weird, that's why.
I always think your voice never sounds weird. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, of course. As we see the first priority pick coming out from Big Deke. We'll see what they can bring out for our final game today. Kaisa being the first ADC pick.
And we're going to see, I know there are a couple of supports that do pair pretty well with Kaisa, most notably the Nautilus. So perhaps a Kaisa Nautilus. I'm not exactly sure what supports Big Deke likes to play, but we'll see how that goes. A Lux pick from the side of, I forgot their team name. What is their team name?
Floating wards.
Floating Wards. That is who it is. Potentially a Lux support, perhaps?
Potentially. That would be very nicely paired with the Caitlyn. Of course, it's the classic pick, classic combo in the bot lane, but it's going to be an Ezreal instead, the blonde duo.
Yeah, a lot of, if that does end up being a Lux support, there's going to be a lot of ranged poke coming in.
And we do see the Nautilus end up being picked. Kaisa Nautilus, a very classic duo. So should be interesting to see in the bot lane. Both teams have pretty strong bot lanes, especially in the early game with the amount of CC that they have.
And Hatch Chili once again bringing out the Sejuani as he did in the first game where he won. We'll see if that's going to be strong. Of course, he does have his solo laners to pick for last. They were talking about earlier, Sejuani is strongest with 2 melee solo laners. So hopefully we'll see some action there. And then Sejuani able to pull off some really strong ganks as Kiana is the last pick in the first phase for floating wards.
Yeah, so could be a Kiana jungle or could be a Kiana mid. Not exactly sure what yet. But we do see the Camille ban coming down from the side of floating wards. We'll see if Big Deke decides to also ban some top laners or perhaps maybe some mid laners right here.
Camille banned out from the top lane. Maybe they're pushing to perhaps pick an Ornn, as Camille can be known to be pretty strong against Ornn. And that might round out their team comp. Of course, they do not yet have a tank. Whereas on the side of Big Deke, they already have their very, very strong Sejuani tank in the jungle. And Nautilus can hold up for his own too. Oh, but I take it back as Ornn is one banned.
Yeah, honestly, that ban might be put a little bit to waste because I feel like they don't need even more tankiness on the side of Big Deke. They already have the Nautilus and the Sejuani, as you mentioned, and Ornn would just be even tankier. Probably need a little bit more damage right here, so we'll see what Big Deke decide to pick. But first, they are still banning. Ends up going with the Victor ban.
Yeah, Kai'Sa's not known for being a strong hyper carry as her range is very low. So with so many tanks around her, she can't be safe and is really going to be close to melee range if not played correctly. And in the face of Kiana, that's not what you want to do. So we'll see if there's anything to round out the team composition with. Of course, they're looking for their top and mid, as I said, the solo laners, and Silas picked out for floating wards.
Yeah, already 2 very strong ultimates in the depth charge and the ice bola.
Glacial Prison.
Glacial prison. That's it is a bola. That's
That's
not
like
the name of
Rengar, isn't it?
it. Right.
Yeah. It looks like the Swain being hovered right here.
Yeah, and it's going to be locked in. It could be a Swain mid or top because it's a nice flex. So we'll see where that's going to be brought as Swain can round out the dive team comp. Of course, the side of Big Deke has pretty low damage so far. We'll see if the mid laner or the top laner they bring out can bring out some damage on the side of Big Deke.
Yeah, I'd like to see something Probably a little bit more AD, and it looks like the Gnosis is going to end up being picked. Perhaps looking for more of a split push kind of game this time.
A lot of tanky members on blue side. Kiana's gonna have a hard time finding a good target to assassinate.
Yeah, all of them either very tanky or semi-tank, except for the Kaisa, of course. So the Kaisa is definitely going to have to pull her own weight here if she wants to end up doing a bulk of the damage here. And we have the Aatrox pick rounding out the comp.
Pretty exciting thus far. Of course, with the very final pick, Aatrox, the counter pick to Nasus, should be able to keep his distance. We'll see in the future. Of course, just eye test doesn't really seem like a huge counter pick, but we'll see if there is something to be made of it in the hands of Floating Wards' top laner. So in the grand scheme of things, Slime seems like a very nice front-to-back team comp with a Nasus split push on the side of Big Deke. Of course, Swain, Nautilus, very strong anti-dive champions. So with Kiana in the backline, or Kiana trying to push towards the backline, it can be very difficult for her. But as you said earlier, Silas does have a lot of great ultimates to hijack. So we'll see if he can make use of it.
Yeah, I think the top side for the side of Floating Wards is pretty dive heavy, which might counteract a little bit with their bot side. The Ezreal and the Lux do like to play a little bit further back. So we'll see how that ends up panning out for them. But overall, I think pretty solid team comp for both sides. I don't think either team has a major advantage or a major disadvantage.
And if you don't know already, there's a 3-minute spectator delay for game integrity. And at the end of that, the game will begin. So we'll see you guys on the other side. right, and we're back into the Summoner's Rift. Big Deke on the side of blue and Floating Wars on the side of red. Super exciting to see them face off in our final game of the day of the tournament, of the first day of the tournament.
Yeah, and it looks like we have a pretty interesting 5-man top lane from the side of the Deke. Perhaps seeing if they can catch out this Aatrox right here.
30 seconds until minions
As they're pushing forward, Apocalypse looking for the hook. Not sure if they ended up seeing Shark or not.
But yeah, it looks like not too much gained. The ward is placed in the blue side jungle, so they will end up seeing that there is a lot of members from the side of Deke right here.
A huge ward placed down from, I believe it was Clashing Legend. Ended up swapping over to the Sweeper. Got a really deep ward in, able to see everyone. But I believe Shark was able to do so anyways, so that was very nice of them to do so. As you were correct in predicting the Kiana jungle, which ended up coming out for Clashing Legend.
Yeah, and last time you played the Kiana jungle was not as impactful early on, but definitely later on was able to turn things around. You can see as the lane phase does start, you see Kiana starting on the red side, or on the red buff, with Big Deke starting also on the red buff.
Some interesting pathing going on so far. Very, very normal, as both teams are just facing off in the midway of each of the lanes, looking to get some fighting on. Apocalypse lands in the first dredge line, tries to move forward, but just get some good damage off an EP.
Yeah,
One auto away from the plasma stacks.
Exactly. That would have been a pretty decent amount of chunk of damage, but still a good amount of damage being done to the Lux.
Damage on Yo Dude. Trying to engage onto Animus. Of course, the Silas versus Swain lane. Very, very important for Yo Dude, for the Silas to hit his chains to be able to get any damage off of Animus, or else the Swain will usually have some ability to disengage pretty easily, as Shark unfortunately takes a turret shot. It's going to even up the lane a little bit. And more fighting going on. Yo Dude trying to get the ignite on Animus with a nice flash out. Is able to survive, but it is an ignite for flash trade. We'll see if Clashing Legend can move on to the mid lane to get that kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yo Dude did not have to expend his flash, so Animus cannot remain in the mid lane to catch that wave.
Live Binding goes on. Clashing Legend flashes in, gets that early first kill with a nice dash in. Clashing Legend in the right place in the right time. Apocalypse gonna wish he took that dredge line back.
Yeah, and it's very hard for the Nautilus to actually end up hooking the Ezreal, because the Ezreal can buffer his blink before the dredge line hits. So even though it may make contact, he still ends up getting further away. So going to be very hard for this Nautilus to get a lot of value unless the Ezreal ends up messing up.
Clashing Legend, first kill on the board. First blood so far. Gonna bring Floating Wards up to a 700 gold lead. Nice start so far. As up in the top lane, Seek Eternity able to get a good gold lead thus far to counteract Animus's gold deficit, CS deficit. Seek Eternity getting some good damage. Brawling up in the top lane, not much to occur though, as we do see Chili moving forward. Gets Light Binding headed on. Oh, both flashes used. Getting out from the dredge line from Apocalypse is worth 2 sums for 1.
Yeah, and this Lux is very low. It is going to be forced to back here. Person actually no, does end up deciding to back right here, but because of that, it's going to be a little hard for the Ezreal to end up farming. But as you can see, a fight going on in the top lane, and Ignite being dropped from the Nautilus. Not too much being gained besides the Summoner heal from the side of Floating Wards.
Apocalypse continually looking for those dredge lines. He's getting some good damage off of so far. Continuing to keep Epi in 100 degrees, 120 degrees in the lane. Using some Hex Flash, trying to get some pressure on, but it seems like 120 degrees, and Epi calling down Clashing Legend to try to get some help in the lane. They do have a control ward in the lane, so they do not know what's happening. We'll see the dredge line come through, but it's gonna miss, and we do see Clashing Legend moving forward. It's time for her to shine using the edge of Ixtal, moving forward, but Apocalypse taken down pretty low, but he is tanky as a result. 120 degrees, trying to get some damage off, and nice to finish it off. Clashing Legend with the ground edge of Ixtal, able to finish the Nautilus off. Apocalypse falling down for the second time.
Yeah. Clashing Legend getting a lot of value in his early game, making up for last game where he wasn't getting as much value, but this game definitely popping off in early game, getting 2 early kills on the bot side, and as we see, a fight going on, Seek Eternity taking a lot of damage from this Aatrox.
Shark landing Q after Q after Q, and this is the second time the Chains have actually been able to pull Nasus back to the center.
Start getting some nice damage off and should be able to get the CS lead after this wave gets cleared out. But it's very, very even in the top lane. In the mid lane, cannot say the same thing though. Yo Dude putting on a clinic in the mid lane. 46 CS to 18 with the Sylas pick against Swain. Can be very, very difficult for Swain to get anything done if Sylas gets on top of him.
Yeah, and I wonder if the Sylas ends up going for the dive.
And he does go for the dive.
Ultimate.
And he jumps in,
Wow.
flashes out. So much more fighting here. Aatrox trying to move forward as well. Seek Eternity pops the ghost, is able to run away, but Clashing Legend is right on his heels. Can they get anything done with this? Tries ping for help, but is able to get away scot-free.
And Sylas making out alive. Apocalypse not getting the kill. And honestly, quite a good gold lead already. Only 6 minutes in, and already almost 2k up for the side of Floating Wards.
Pretty good showing out from Floating Wards thus far. The Demonic Ascension coming out from the Swain and Animus, unable to keep him, or excuse me, it was actually Yo Dude with 2 levels up on Animus, does not even have the Demonic Ascension just yet, is able to steal it away, hijack it away, and get that kill under turret, flashing out, getting that 3rd kill of the game thus far. Pretty impressive game from the side of Floating Wards so far. Yodu continue to move in. He lands the Abscond Abduct and is able to leave out. Just getting some good damage off of Animus, brings him down to 600 HP. And he continues to keep fighting. Demonic Ascension gets used, but the Abscond Abduct is able to take him down. The 2nd solo kill on the side of Yo Dude, and he's putting on a show for us.
Sylas definitely getting lots of value from this pick. Almost double the CS, even more than double the CS of the Swain, and 2 more kills as well. The Kaisa and the Nasus are definitely going to have to pull some weight if they want to get anything done. But right now, things are not looking too good for the side of Big Geek.
Kiana ends up taking the blue away from the side of Big Deke. He's able to invade some, but we do see Hash Chili moving his way down, suspecting that there might be a ward there, which there is. Does not have the sweeper available to clear out the ward, but he is just chilling there to see if there's any engage coming out from Ep. He does have the light binding, does have the exhaust, but does not have a flash. And they're going to be spotted. The dredge line does land. Can they do anything here? Epi's going to be taken down pretty low so far. So Johnny's going to come in. She'll be able to get the kill. And the True Shot Barrage coming out from 120 degrees, as well as the Arcane Shift is able to push him away as the top lane continues to fight.
Yeah, and just taking advantage of that very squishy Lux with, does still have flash, but didn't get the chance to use it right there. Hatch Chili making pretty good use of his first successful gank.
Clashing Legend sitting on the blast cone, looking to make a play, but there's no one around. Is able to go out over the wall, but not before Hash Chili is able to get the scuttle, but he's in a very bad spot. Should have the dash available, using the true display of talent. Clashing Legend able to get that kill. Yo Dude getting the kill credit, the 3rd kill on the board. That hat trick for the Sylas. 5 kills and 3k gold lead ahead.
Yeah, maybe Sejuani Q not up at the time. He thinks he can go around the wall to get out, but unfortunately he does make the wrong decision as Sylas is there to cut him off.
Yeah, staying a little bit too long, and as such does get punished. And does end up going in, a flash out from the side of Swain, but not enough to kill the Sylas. 4-0 actually.
Yeah, those were some very long chains there.
Very, very long.
Yo, dude, able to get another kill under his belt as Seek Eternity and Apocalypse with the Bruiser buddies, able to get that kill. Stack him.
Plus 16.
Oh, plus 16 now. Oh, my bad.
I think it's 16. It's either 16 or 12, but either way, it's a lot of stacks.
Yeah. And that roam.
Plus 12, my bad.
In that roam from the side of the Nautilus, working out very, very well. Kaisa all by her lonesome, but will end up farming.
True Shot Barrage, light sheds, and it's gonna be enough. Epi with the light binding, able to clip the edge of How Woke. What a shot, and with the dual globals from Epi and 120 degrees, that's gonna be a kill on the board.
True Shot Barrage plus Final Spark cannot miss under the light binding.
Yeah. Making me eat my own words, as I was saying. Could have been farming relatively safe, but as soon as she gets hit by that light binding, it's just death for her. Can't flash out, can't do anything about that.
Such a difficult game forming for Big Deke. Up 5 kills, excuse me, Big Deke is down 5 kills and 4,000 gold. And they need a miracle to happen for them to succeed in this game. Seek Eternity, the only one with void of a death, trying his best to make anything happen in this top lane. Hasn't yet lost a plate. Does have 108 stacks under his belt. Looking to get anything to happen. But they do look like they're making a play in the mid lane. Arctic Assault trying to go forward. No Glacial Prison available just yet. Gonna use it, and Yo Dude is taken down so low. Tries to use, and is gonna be taken down in the end, dropping a 450 gold bounty over to Swain.
Yeah, missing a couple of skill shots right there. The Sejuani Q and the Kaisa W both missing, but with 4 people all in the mid lane, it is almost impossible for Yodu to survive that. And Shutdown will be going down to Animus, getting a little bit more gold into his pocket. So we'll see if he can use it to his advantage, but no. Clashing Legends is here.
Animus tries to use a true display of talent, is not going to get anything from it, but should be able to get the kill anyways. Epi getting the kill credit, first kill of the game there, but Seek Eternity able to get a kill in the top lane with the help of Hatch Chili, a second kill over to the Nasus, and that's exactly what they need. The gold lead has dropped significantly.
I mean, Kiana on Clashing Legend on Kiana, able to get a lot of early pressure, but keep in mind there is a Nasus on the other side, so it is a ticking time bomb.
Depth charge used from Apocalypse, able to stop Clashing Legend in the tracks, but so many people have just walked past him and get that kill onto How Woke, stuck under her turret, and not much to say through there. Riptail going to be dropped, should be able to get this last hit onto the turret and get their first turret of the game.
Clashing Legends getting just so much value out of this Kiana pick, just everywhere on the map, from mid lane immediately down to bot lane, dropping the Rift Herald, and already up full item, almost 2 items in fact. So he is very, very strong right now.
Ash Chili gonna smite Shelly down, not able to let her get another charge. 6,000 gold in the lead. Difficult waters, difficult ground for Big Deke to tread on. As Seek Eternity needs to make something happen up in this top lane. It's not easy without either side having any healing reduction. It's kind of a brawl that is unwilling to be moved.
Seek Eternity going for a little bit of an aggressive trade, but Shark landing those Qs does not allow him to go unpunished.
Yeah, and I think this Gnosis is going to have to be the savior for Big Deke. Both the mid lane, jungle, and bot lane aren't doing the best, so this Gnosis will definitely have to be their
savior as they move on to Seek Eternity, dropping some ultimates down, dropping some Kane with not that much mana to be working with. Shark being taken down pretty low, but like I said, both players do not have healing reduction, and that's going to force Shark's flash out. A ghost for a flash. It's going to be pretty beneficial. Let's see if they can return to the top lane to kill Shark. Clashing Legend going to be spotted. The sweeper is able to see everyone. Yodu with the hijacked demonic ascension, but this might not be the fight they want to take. There's only 2 people over on the edge of the wall. Final Spark comes out doing some damage. Apocalypse trying to go back in though. Animus is running away. He's saying this is not the fight you want to take, and no, it is not. Yodu with another 2 kills on the board, 6 kills total, making up half of floating wards, and a huge team fight win.
Yeah, perhaps being a little overzealous there with that Silas. Thinking they could catch him out, but the Silas with the Demonic Ascension is quite a beast to be reckoned with. Very tanky and lots of damage.
Pretty exciting thus far. Shark and Clashing Legend, both Aatrox and Qiyana, opting in for the Eclipse, trying to get some more damage in. No tanks, barely a bruiser on the side of Floating Ward. So we'll see if they can make anything happen with these high damage builds. The Ocean Drake is available. Hatch Chili does have it in his vision. 4k HP, as we do see Silas moving up. Yo dude behind enemy lions is able to use that Scan Abduct, but he's taken down pretty low. Is he going to be able to survive? Almost takes down Apocalypse, but the True Shot Barrage is able to take it down. Ooh, the true display of talent, unfortunately, gonna go on the wrong wall, but that doesn't mean that he won't be able to keep fighting. Clashing Legend able to get another kill under his belt, and it's all up to Animus under his own inner turret, but he's looking down the lens of death. Can he do anything here? Surrounded by 3 members, the entire bot lane, as well as the mid laner. Animus does have the Demonic Ascension, so he can move forward. The Arcane Shift forward, tries to get it one over. A Demonic Ascension moving forward because of Flash, gets his first kill of the game. Very nice so far. Or sorry, the second kill of the game. And Final Spark going to be dodged out, and that's a very much needed kill on the side of Big Deke.
Yeah, Clashing Legend taking a little bit too many tower shots right there. And then Animus just flashing in, getting that kill. And it looks like another fight is happening right here. The Ezreal is getting caught out, does get knocked up by the Nautilus ultimate. Dash in by the Kaisa, does get exhausted. Can he catch up? No, Flash will end up getting out alive.
120 degrees, able to get out with the Flash and Arcane Shift. After Howlwoke trying to use the ultimate to get closer, unable to get that kill due to the exhaust, but is able to get the Flash out without using any of his summoner spells, so it's a worthy trade in the end. As Shark and Yodu trying to move forward, catching up in the top lane. Seek Eternity does not have the Fury of the Sands available, and Yodu does though. He steals it, uses it, and takes him down. Yodu able to get his 7th kill of the game. Extreme display of talent so far, but not from the Qiyana. It's from the Silas, making this game his game as they continue to move forward. Yodu, this is his playground, trying to move forward. Duct not able to get a land on, but the turret is going to fall. Animus is not strong enough to be playing. Demonic Ascension is going to come up in a couple of seconds, though. If anyone can turn this around, it's going to be Hash Chili right here in the play field. But so many people are coming up. Qiyana is moving up in the top lane as well. Hash Chili trying to protect his mid laner. The Animus is taking down Solo, uses the Zanyas, and should be able to stay alive for a little bit longer, but not before just delaying his death. Hash Chili going to be able to make his way around of the true supreme display of talent, and should be able to survive for a little bit longer, but he's running around the world trying to make his way out of a terrible situation, but there's no one to stop him thus far. Hash Chili gonna be jumped on. Arcane Shift from 120 degrees, gonna take a couple of turret shots, but he's still broken around. He's walking around, he's running. Those legs, keep it going. Hash Chili, can he survive so much longer? Just one more until his Arctic Assault is available. He's gonna finally die, lasting for a minute long, but it's still gonna be it. Floating Wards with a team fight win.
Does end up buying a lot of time there from the side of Hash Chili, but because of that, his timer will be a little bit off from his team. But luckily, no other objectives are currently up on the map right now, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think it's also pretty interesting to note that the Lux decided to go with Liandry's, and I think that's a pretty good choice considering that the side of the Deke has pretty tanky members with the Nasus, the Swain, the Sejuani, and the Nautilus. So opting for a more max health damage build rather than a flat percentage build with the Ludens. We'll see if that makes a big difference.
There's also I've also seen Everfrost on Lux Sports. Looks like he decides not to go in with Hex Flash.
Yeah, it looks like not much is being gained from the side of Big Deke, but it is very hard to. They have almost no control of their own jungle. Just a little bit of wards on the bot side, but top side is looking pretty barren right now.
Speaking of Baron, 6 seconds since the Baron has entered the map. Looks like they are not really looking for it, going for the reset, getting some more items onto Ezreal and Lux.
Yo, dude, hijacking the demonic ascension once again. It's a huge ultimate for Sylas, able to make him survive for much longer. As Seek Eternity uses the Ghost, tries to win it from Clashing Legend and Shark. They are here and hunting for blood. The Supreme display of talent going to stun him up. The Fury of the Sands is going to be used. Not much mana to be working with though. Seek Eternity, he's pretty strong, but is he strong enough? Trying to run for Clashing Legend, but he's just staying inside of the brush, and that's about all that is available for Seek Eternity. There's not much he can do, and is going to be taken down by the ranged attack from Clashing Legend, and another death falls. One more, the 19th kill for them, as there's another team fight going on around the dragon area. Animus, who has the better demonic ascension, and it seems like it's gonna be the man of the hour. Yo, dude, with a triple kill and acing Big Dick.
12, 2, and 4 on this Sylas. Over half his team's kills, and showing an absolute masterclass of how to play this champion. Clashing Legends, of course, contributing as well to the early lead, but honestly, Floating Wards have taken over this game. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for the side of Big Deke to recover from this. The only savior perhaps being their Gnosis, but even he has not been able to split push successfully. Not a single turret being taken from the side of Big Deke.
Yo Dude is just so strong with triple pen items, which are even more effective because the rest of his team is physical. So that means if Nasus or Zidwani decides to build magic resist,
Supreme display of talent used as they're going to keep putting it forward. Yo, dude seals the hijacks to the Fury of the Sands. Going to use it for himself. He's part of Freljord though, and Fury of the Freljord is one to be reckoned with. He's going to move forward. Clashing Legend as well in the backline, taking everyone down. 120 degrees. Arcane shifts forward as well. So much damage. Howwoke tries to get one more kill under his name, but it's the Duck doing 400 damage and able to take him down in the end. Animus, the last man standing, the heart of Noxus. Can he do anything here? With only a Liandry's, there's no more to be read.
Yep, Nautilus is coming up, so is Hatch Chili, but even then, that will not be enough to save Big Deke.
Floating Wards moving forward. Glacial Prison used out from Hatch Chili, trying to save the end of the game. One turret left. The FP does get fallen down. The depth charge able to slow down for a little bit. Yodu trying to end the game though. There's 4 alive. Can they keep it alive though? There's only a little bit of health left on the side of Floating Wars. They can make it happen. Sylas being down, taken out very low as well. It's time for Howwick to move forward with the depth charge as well. It's gonna move. It's gonna happen. Can they make it happen? Yo, dude, it's so low. 1,000 gold going over to 120 degrees. And the dredge line able to make it finish as well. He keeps the game alive. Apocalypse, 11 kills. The ace coming through. Floating Wars falling to pieces. And Big Deke staying alive.
Wow. That looked really, really bad for the side of Big Deke. But then the health bars on the side of Floating Wards absolutely obliterated, and the Kaisa picking up a pretty big shutdown on the Sylas, and of course we did see at the very end Apocalypse on the Nautilus also picking up a pretty big shutdown. Perhaps not the best person to get it on, but a kill is a kill. They can use any gold they can get. 15k gold down and a wide open base.
But if there's anything to look forward to, it's going to be objective bounties. Apocalypse able to get that. Actually, that is huge. Getting the subtle vision for now is going to be pretty huge for the Dragon, or excuse me, for the Baron. But Clashing Legend is here with the supreme display of talent, and Apocalypse is all but dead. And down he goes, making it a 4v5 for the next 34 seconds as they're going to move forward and try to get Baron. But there's a couple of wards as well as the Scuttle Vision. If there's anything to make it happen, it's gonna be now. And so much damage from Yo, dude. Wow! That Silas is here to play. And yes, he does. 15 kills to his name. An absolute monster. The Mage Seeker from Freljord able to get so many kills under his belt, and it's all that's all the game is gonna be. Yo, dude, being part of almost half of the kills on the side of Floating War. Still the Demonic Embrace, Demonic Ascension, and he's gonna move forward even more. There's so much AoE on the side of Floating War. Then a final spark comes out, and that's gonna put the final nail in the coffin. Ryodu's gonna push on forward, get those last couple kills, and close the game out. Floating Wars with a nice win over Big Deke and moving forward in the tournament.
What a masterclass by the side of Floating Wards. Each lane doing pretty well, and especially the Silas, of course, ending the game 17, 3, and 11, 25 Magi stacks to his name, absolutely carrying the team and ending the game.
Pretty exciting. Stay tuned for tomorrow when we have our second day of the CSA x TASA Fall 2022 League of Legends tournament. But that's not all for Big Deke. They still have the lower bracket to fall back on, play more into, and you will see them once again tomorrow. So come back on twitch.tv/TexasCSA. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow.